don't know how to deal with this. A green-haired girl emerges from them. For a moment, we just look at each other. Who is this girl? What is she doing out here? Why did she shoot my Kira? Is she another human-like monster? I guess I could just ask her. Who are you? Who are you? Explain yourself. For a moment, she stares wide-eyed at Kira. Oh, I'm very sorry. I thought you were... Who did you think we were? Someone else. Who exactly are you hunting out here? That doesn't matter. I think they evolved over time, that's why I'm guessing. I'm really sorry about your friend. Her apology doesn't seem to put Gwyn at ease. An apology isn't going to help us. We weren't in any shape to be carrying her through this swamp. Can you please cure her? Unfortunately, the venom I used is very potent. Oh my god! You just killed her! I'm surprised that she's still conscious. I can cure it though, thank the heavens. She pulls out a gourd from her belt. What belt? There is no belt. All I see is a leaf-made bikini. Although I am actually curious how she made the I'm not going to question. Forcing that into Kira's mouth, she pours some kind of liquid down her throat. It does not take long for the antidote to take effect. I don't think I've ever seen someone in full armor get up so quickly. Kira doesn't look at any of us. Her pride has taken a heavy blow today. Just a question, green hair. Green hair? Oh right, I haven't introduced myself. Sorry. My name is Effie. We all introduce ourselves from there. Though I had to introduce Kira for her, since she's still brooding. Anyway, do you need somewhere to stay? My village isn't far from here, and you all seem weary. Oh god. Seeing human-like creatures that are monsters now, people are... Yep. Am I going to be paralyzed again if I go there? Yo, people seem fond of attacking strangers. No, that was a mistake. I'm very sorry about that. Very well. We need somewhere safe to stay for a day or two. Lead the way. Alright, follow me. She slips through the undergrowth with no trouble at all. We barely keep sight of her as we trail behind her. Oh. This village is nothing like the rest of the Myers. I can hear birds singing in the trees. There's no sense of decay and death. All three of us can only look and wonder. We look fairly out of place among the villagers in our armor. They look at us with curiosity. Welcome to our village. Are you sure that it's fine we're here? What if they eat us? We don't seem like we're welcome. We welcome any wanderers. If you're from the capital, then I'm sure you won't hurt us. That isn't an accurate assumption. Thank you, but I am curious. How do you know that? How do you know that we won't hurt you? I can just tell. You don't look like bad people. She really is innocent. Gwyn's already gotten her books out. So much information to get down. How is it that the capital hasn't known about these villages? The natives ignore us for the most part. It might be a good opportunity to ask some questions of Effie. How often do travellers end up in your village, Effie? It's fairly rare. They often die before we can find them in the swamp. The forest is an evil place, one of which doesn't like strangers. You have to dance around the shadows to survive in here. Otherwise you will be consumed by those shadows. People visiting the forest do not understand this. If only you were here when I was wandering through this forest alone. You wandered the forest? When was that? Many years ago. I'd rather not talk about it. Effie seems to get the hint. Nothing to worry about then. You never told me why you were here. Why not stay safe in the capital? We are on the quest for the Empress herself. You know Ardina? Yes, that's her. How do you know her? The Empress is our guiding light too. We look to the tallest tower of the capital. Her light shines from there. She wants coexistence. Will let the star provide that? But maybe that's what Adina wants. I don't know. Fascinating. Gwyn is writing up a storm in her blank books. I find it hard to believe myself. Even in this distant village, far from the capital itself, they still look to the Empress for guidance. Is this what Ardina meant when she said the people needed an ideal? These people wouldn't have contacted the capital in countless years. Yet the ideal of an invincible Empress watching over them has endured. What does the Empress want? Why did she send you on a quest? Did you see the falling star? How could anyone not see that star fall from the sky? We were here to seek that star. Why are you seeking the star? Is it really worth risking your life for? We don't know. The Empress asked us to. You don't know why, but you do it anyway? Would you not do the same for your Empress? Yes, we would help the Empress. Ah, such innocence. The sounds of a horn echoes through the village, across the village. It immediately makes Effie pay attention. Anyway, I must get going. We're preparing to move from here soon. I need to gather food. With that, she quickly runs off into the dark forest. Kira's been bursting damage here to say something to me since I mentioned our mission. That was foolish, Relen. We don't know what intentions these villagers have. We need to be far more careful about what we talk about on our way to the star. But these people seem to be not so different to us. Did you hear how fondly they spoke of the Empress? They revere her, and I'm sure that they'd help us on a quest for the Empress herself. Even if they did lean that way, what makes you presume that they would believe us in the first place? Just because they live like this doesn't mean that they're stupid. They'd want evidence, just like anyone else in the capital would. That's actually a fair point. We can't presume that they really believe that. What I'm more curious about is, she said that they've saved wanderers from when they found them. Just maybe they could have found my sister when she was wandering. Maybe that explains the laughter. But for now, our main priority is to continue our journey. We will stay for a few days here, just long enough to recover our supplies and get going. Do you think they would help us on our journey? Why would they? They're obviously isolationists. The best they can do is offer shelter for the night. It's not as if they'd follow a bunch of strangers on some fake quest. While more help would be great, I just don't see it being worth our time to convince them, indeed. Until then, we should accept their hospitality while it lasts, before they eat us! I would gladly take a break from drudging through this disgusting mud. That settles it then. I'll speak to you both later. I might have to talk to Effie about earning their trust later. I hope she'd help us, or at least convince some of the villagers to. Effie, are you around here somewhere? Did I say anywhere? Damn it, Scroller. I've been wandering around this village for ages, trying to find where she is. Probably not the smartest thing for me to do, since she ran off into the forest. I looked behind one of the few huts I haven't checked. Oh god. Oh my. Is that mud or chocolate? No, it's I've got chocolate on my mind. I finally found her. What the heck? Is that a squirrel? With a note? Effie stands before me, her clothes cast aside. She stands in a puddle of mud which comes up to her calves. Her tan, smooth skin is only covered by a few splotches of mud. She stands ankle deep in a pool of mud, looking down at a small, furry animal. That squeal. She focuses intently on the creature as it makes a variety of noises. You're shitting me. She converses with the creature, asking it questions. As she leans further and further over, the mud concealing her body begins to drip off, leaving considerably less to my imagination. So it will be coming back soon. Then we'll have to leave earlier than expected. She seems a little worried as she says that. Thank you for telling me this. She sticks her chest out as she leans over towards the animal. Ever so gently, she picks up the small creature up and rests it on her head. She happily pats it on its tiny head. There we go. It's much better up there. We can't have you sitting around in the mud like that. She stands there, not caring about her blatant nudity. Oh my. A gentle breeze is carrying through the area. It's so nice to feel the wind on my skin. It's not like you wore anything to begin with. As dark as the forest is, it's home. And there's nowhere I'd rather be. She wipes some of the mud away from her chest. Oh my sweetness. Leaving her even more exposed than before. She begins to wipe it away from other areas too. Seeing her like this really illustrates just how innocent she is. Lolly boobs. Oh, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Eventually, she turns her almond eyes towards me. Oh, well then. Do you need something? Her cheeks flush a little bit, but she doesn't seem to react too strongly. She really doesn't care at all. Is something wrong? Your face is red. How can it not be? She begins to walk towards me, her body jiggling as it does so. Before I can react, she's practically pressing right up against me. You might have contracted a fever from the swamp. No, we've contracted a lovely, lustful persona. Travellers don't look after themselves properly a lot of the time. She puts one of her hands on my forehead. You're definitely warmer. I can get you some medicine if you're feeling ill. No, nothing is wrong. I'm fine, really. She doesn't seem to be satisfied with that answer, though. It only makes her press up against me even closer. You say that, but I can feel a fever. No, it's the warmth of lust taking over. A gentle smile forms on her face. Let me help you now, then. Really, Effie, it's fine. I don't need any medicine. But then you should look after yourself. It's a fever. Then you should treat it right away. Well, we have two things to cure it. Either sedate the lust or run away.